Hey folks, today we're talking about how to introduce yourself in an interview and a job fair setting. All right, so first things first, when you go through your introduction, whenever you're meeting somebody new, you want to keep the time between roughly 3 and a maximum of about 5 minutes. Number two, you want to be prepared to introduce yourself in different ways. So for example, if someone says, "Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?" Typically what they're doing is asking you to walk them through your background from what you're doing currently, moving all the way back to how you got your start in aviation. Versus if someone says to you, "Can you tell me how you got your start in aviation?" Okay? Now they're asking you to walk them through your background from how you got your start, moving all the way forward to where you're at today. The difference is whether or not the interviewer places an emphasis on recency of experience, so that's tell me a little bit about yourself, or if they place more value in understanding the whole picture in terms of how did you get to where you're at today and how did you make those decisions. Tell me how you got your start in aviation. Now, the third way that we teach how to introduce yourself is what we call ad hoc. And this is going to be more in a job fair setting, more in a networking setting, more if you meet someone in an airline terminal. And what they're typically going to do is say, "Can you tell me a little bit about company X that you worked at?" Or, "Hey, what are you currently doing?" They don't want a full 3 to 5 minute introduction. They're more looking for just a little 10, 15, 20-second idea on what did you do here or what are you currently doing. So number one, the ability to understand what question is the person asking means you can on the fly adapt your introduction to give them exactly what they want. Number two, having practiced each of these ahead of time means you can make sure you're keeping it within between 3 and 5 minutes. And number three, once you perfect this technique, the rest of the interview or the interaction is going to go perfectly smoothly because the way you introduced yourself is going to give them all the information they need and shape exactly the follow-up questions that they ask you next. Which is why when we teach this in interview prep, it makes sure that when you walk in to meet with someone, you can reasonably predict what the follow-on questions are going to be and what you're going to spend a majority of your interview talking about. So good luck. Have fun prepping, make sure you come up with some really solid flows that make sense in your head, and then when it's ready to practice, shoot us a call. Talk soon. Thanks for watching, folks. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Otherwise, hit the subscribe button to keep up to date on the latest pilot hiring trends and strategies you can use to jumpstart your career. Fly safe.